Conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast that's a little bit of a scientist itself. I'm Dan O'Keefe, and joining me as always, unfortunately going back to formula, it's Anna Otto. How are you, Anna?
Am I regressing so much that I'm a baby? Is that what you mean? Like, I'm a formula baby? I'm good. Dan, I forgot to tell you this before we started recording, so I'm going to tell everybody now.
Great.
So my mom, for Christmas, got me some socks with one of my favorite dogs from work on them, and I wore them today, and I took a picture with the dog. Her name's Pickles. It's on my Instagram story, so it's not going to be there forever, but, it's also my Facebook. It's not going to
be there by the time I post
No,
this.
it's not. But you know what? If by popular request people want me to post it back on my story, you can go in your memories, and I will do that. I will do that for the fans. So.
Wow. Do you hear that? She's doing it for you.
For the fans. Anything for my fans.
Also joining us today, more joining Anna than joining me because they're sitting about a foot away from each other, absolutely just spreading particles around.
You know it.
It's David Rodriguez. Hi, David.
Hello.
David,
how are you?
I'm sorry. That was. Let me try that again. Hi, Dan. How you doing today?
I'm good. And you both took a sip out of the mugs at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very insane.
Did you see what mug he's using, Dan? It's your favorite one.
It's the one with the udders.
It's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, there it is.
It's a mug that has cow udders on the base for the bottom. So what disappoints me about the mug is you can't milk them.
Why would you want to?
What if I just want a little bit of my hot chocolate to come out the bottom? I can't suckle on the teat of the mug?
Oh, no. Dan, I hate when you say suckle on the teat. It makes my skin crawl.
Yeah,
The fact that you can hate it so much because I've said it so often is a testament to... I don't even know what it's a testament to.
I know you said it last
bad.
episode, or maybe it wasn't last episode, but I know you've said it. I can hear it in your voice.
I absolutely have.
Gross.
Every time I say it, everyone is disappointed in me. Mm-hmm. No matter who.
I hope you all just heard that ASMR slurp that I just did accidentally.
Speaking of ASMR slurp, the movie that we are talking about today, it's Spider-Man! It's the first Spider-Man film released in 2002, directed by Sam Raimi, written by David Kopp, based on, of course, the Spider-Man comics, starring Tobey Maguire, Willem Dafoe, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, Cliff Robertson, Rosemary Harris, and a 26-year-old Joe Manganiello playing a high schooler. Music by Danny Elfman. It was released on May 3rd, 2002, with a budget of $139 million. It made $825 million.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you straight away, I clearly remember when this was in theaters. I went to see a different movie with my parents because I was in second grade, but I have this memory so clear in my mind. There was a line out the door, and I was like, what is everybody here for? And they're like, oh, we're here for Spider-Man. People were literally going, if you're here for Spider-Man, wait in this line. If you're here to see literally any other movie, you can come up to this counter.
Oh my god.
And no, I don't think there's ever been another movie, except for like a midnight premiere maybe of Harry Potter or something, that's ever been the same. Like, I don't know. That just was such a huge deal, and I remember it so clearly. But
yeah, since then, the only movie that I could think would be like that would be like Endgame.
Yeah.
But aside from that, nothing. Maybe The Force Awakens.
Yeah, but
something that has this big of like a cultural phenomenon at the time.
I don't think... Did they do a midnight premiere for this one, or was that not a thing yet?
I think they did, but it wasn't what they would become now.
Yeah, so there weren't, like, you know, people in their double-cheeked up goblin suits.
Gosh.
So do either of you remember the first time you saw Spider-Man?
Oh yeah. I have a very, very vivid, clear, like, childhood memory of going to see this movie. And the reason that is because my whole family went to Mall of America for the first time.
I've never been there.
It's fun. It's a good time. And I was just like, I was 7 at the time. So like going to a mall that had like an amusement park and like hundreds of stores, I was just like blown away. And then like they had a movie theater and my parents were like, do you want to go see Spider-Man? I was like, yeah, as a small child. I knew nothing really about Spider-Man because I grew up, my dad loved Superman. So all I knew was Superman. And then
sauce. Sorry, Mr.
Right.
Rodriguez.
How dare you? So it was Superman and Batman kind of in my household because my brother really liked Batman.
Sauce, Joe. No.
Oh my gosh. I'm already getting attacked.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the podcast. You only get attacked here.
Oh my gosh. So that's all I knew. I mean, I think I've heard of Spider-Man in passing, but I went to see this movie and like it just blew my mind. Just everything about it. Just right after that movie, I remember like walking out and being like, I love Spider-Man. I want to be Spider-Man. During that trip, like I got the Spider-Man video game. I got the album, like soundtrack with it. Oh my God. I was so obsessed after that.
I want everyone to know what David is wearing right now.
Yeah.
He has on a Spider-Man shirt, but it's Christmassy. It's got a Santa hat on it.
Yeah.
Just because, he had to rep the brand.
Exactly.
Love it.
So it was really a turning point in my childhood as far as like liking something like so huge in my life. And it's still I love Spider-Man to this day. But watching this movie again, it hurt me a lot. It hurt me so much. I was like, oh God, it just like all the magic just like faded and I was just left with nothing.
Oh no!
Oh God!
But there were some parts that still, I really enjoyed. But obviously we can get into that. But I will say I still got goosebumps when at the very end he's like, "Who am I? I'm Spider-Man."
Oh
I was
my
like,
God!
Oh, there it is.
Anna, I'm noticing on your Christmas tree behind you, atop it is a Spider-Man.
Oh my God!
mask.
Okay, let me tell you right now. Gage is, in case we forgot, the biggest nerd I've ever met in my entire life. He's
And that's
probably
saying something
quaking.
because you know me.
True, but you guys are different kinds of nerds. Like he's like a comic book nerd, and you're like a
An old man nerd.
that's correct.
1940s radio drama nerd.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, you're smoking your corncob pipe and like you're Frosty the Snowman. Yeah, so our Christmas tree topper is a Thor mask, a Captain America mask, and Spider-Man. And I think there was supposed to be an Iron Man mask, but it's missing. I don't know. You know how things are. Somewhere between last Christmas and this Christmas, it got lost. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I mean, Spider-Man's my favorite too. Like, I read the comics when I was little, which makes me sound like such a dweebus. But we already knew I was a neckbeard because I like the movie Joker.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
I didn't know your favorite hero is Spider-Man.
He is! Yes, he is.
Interesting.
Indeed.
I
thought you knew that.
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe I did. I never read the comics, so I feel like I'm a fake fan because like I've played the video games, I've watched obviously all the movies. I've read some of the comics, but I never like really delve into it.
Yeah.
So.
How about you, Dan? Where do you fit into this spider puzzle?
Where do I fit into this little web that we've spun here? I don't remember the first time that I saw this. It was sometime in childhood. It was on TV, or I saw it on DVD or something. But I liked it a lot as a kid. And I specifically, because I'm, of course, filled with Catholic guilt, the one scene that I could see vividly in my head is when the Green Goblin comes in and interrupts her saying the Lord's Prayer.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God, that had me shook to my core.
Same.
Right?
As a child, I was like, this guy's bad.
Pausing the movie to say a decade of the rosary, you know what I'm saying.
But growing up, Spider-Man wasn't my favorite. It was probably the X-Men were my favorite superheroes.
Oh.
Don't look at me like that.
I just wasn't expecting it. I'm sorry. No offense, but I've never heard somebody say that before.
Now, is it all the X-Men, or is it just
the
Mystique?
cool ones.
Is it just Mystique, right? That's the blue one?
Yeah, Mystique's the blue one. And then there's also the Nightcrawler. He's another
He's also blue.
Yes, I know about Nightcrawler. I think Gage likes Nightcrawler, now that you mention that. I think that's his favorite X-Men member. I hope it is, otherwise I'm talking about somebody else and I have no clue who it is, so...
Yes.
But going back and watching Spider-Man today, I got like the opposite of what you got, David. It was refreshing to me, honestly.
Interesting.
It was kind of like a breath of fresh air from what superhero movies have become these days, for better or for worse.
True.
I also recently watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, so I was like, oh, Kirsten Dunst, a movie where you're acting poorly, as opposed to Eternal Sunshine, where you prove that you're a good actress.
I need to. That is on my list.
It's a good movie. I've seen it but one time, and it was so good. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
Yeah, I will say that watching this movie, I was like, this is just like a not even goofy, but this is just
it's goofy.
It's a goofy comic book movie, and like you're so right. All the superhero movies now have to be so like dark and gritty. So I will say in a sense, yeah, that was kind of nice. Just like, this is fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say, I think we all know this, but this is one of the most memeable movies.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Most memeable franchises. Like, I don't know if you could say like all of Spider-Man, but definitely this specific Spider-Man trilogy. Honestly, thank you, Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi, for blessing us with so many good memes. Amen. Thank you. I was pointing them out the whole time. I just loved it. I just loved pointing out the memes.
I know. I feel like every scene is like a meme. Like I love I'm something. I call myself something sort of a scientist. Whatever the line is, I love that meme so much. And just there's so many memes that are great, and then there's just some that are like, they're so cringy though.
Yes, like
There's a
Tobey
whole
Maguire
spectrum.
crying makes me beyond uncomfortable.
So many Uncle Ben memes. It's like, why?
Okay. I have a little side note. One of my favorite jokes that I think was a Vine when I was in college was somebody recording themselves putting. It was like Spider-Man, like, Peter Parker, yeah, I'm just gonna cook some rice quick, and he, like, takes out Uncle Ben's, and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
I think that is the funniest joke, because, like, I buy a lot of Uncle Ben's rice, because I love rice, and I like that it's ready in 2 minutes, and I laugh every time.
I just sent you a meme. It was like, how is Spider-Man how is Peter Parker taking pictures of Spider-Man like not similar to OnlyFans or something like that?
It truly is the same.
It's
It
the same.
absolutely is. Oh my gosh, he's selling his body for money.
He's
Yeah.
selling very sensual photos of himself, like, smashing a bad guy, you
Yeah.
know?
Crawling up a wall.
Hey, either way, OnlyFans or Spider-Man, they're selling pictures of them smashing.
Amen.
There you
Only
go.
spiders.
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
Not Only Man.
No, only spider.
Only
Only man.
spiders.
Blah, who wants that? Only spiders.
So let's get into it so we
Yes.
can talk about the memes. Well,
so
first, before we
ready.
get into it, I need to ask, what is it? Do you really want to know what it is? Because that's how the movie starts off. Who am I? Do you really want to know? And I'm like, what do you think we came in here for?
This. Let's even go back further. Remember when movies had all the credits in the beginning?
God.
That intro was like 10 minutes long
know.
before we got into like the internal monologue.
Gage and I spent our whole time while those credits were on, like, unpacking from the holiday weekend and things like that.
Like, I'm so happy movies have shifted away from that.
Yeah.
Because I totally forgot that was the thing.
Yeah, I mean, think about all the old movies that do it, like, it's like 15 minutes of credits. And
Yeah.
you're like, is the story gonna start soon?
And then it's more credit. Like, they do the same thing at the end of the movie. I'm sorry.
tired.
I have long intro for my first note.
No, you're good.
But yeah, and that monologue makes it sound like it's gotta be all about MJ. I don't know. Like,
yeah, true.
it's a weird preface to Spider-Man because I feel like it completely goes off of what he wants.
Anyway, we see Peter Parker chasing after the bus, driven by a demonic bus driver.
Yeah.
May I just say...
driving a school bus full of satanic children who want to watch the nerds suffer so badly.
I got two things to say. One, I wish Tobey Maguire had kept the glasses because he looked cute with the glasses on. 10-10 hottie. Two, I didn't recognize Joe Manganiello without his beard and the way he looks now. I was very shook. You're just like, that's him. And I was like, where? No, it is not. So
They all also look like they're all in college.
Yeah.
Like senior year of college instead of high school.
the only one who doesn't look like they're any different in age is Willem. Willem Dafoe looks the exact same as he does now.
Oh,
Yeah, the main, I'll say children, in quotes, cast. Joe Manganiello is 26 years old. Tobey Maguire is also 26 years old.
Louise.
James Franco is 23 years old, and Kirsten Dunst is 20 years old.
I mean,
Wow.
I guess that's the same as like how right now I'm still banking on the fact, well, minus the fact that there are no shows right now. But I spend a lot of my time banking on the fact that I would be cast as a high schooler in productions of things with my youthful looks.
I've never been able to bank on that.
Yeah, Dan, that's because you've
Ever.
been cast as a 40-year-old since the day you were born.
Oh my gosh! The only reason I was cast in shows in high school was because you look older than everyone else. You're the villain.
Yeah, it's either you look older or you have like a deep voice, so you're like, villain.
Yep. You know what they say? Dan is so evil, O'Keefe. That's his full name.
Ew.
That's me. Nothing but anger and spite in
Yup.
my heart.
That's Dan. I can't even
So-
say that.
So Toby's chasing after the bus. They finally let him on because MJ, Mary Jane Watson, the girl next door with the heart of gold, the hair of red, and the father of abuse,
Yup.
she tells the bus driver to stop. They're going on a field trip. Where are they going on a field trip
Don't.
to? Columbia University's Spider Lab.
Who? Name one person who funded that lab. I just want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because literally all my notes are the field trip to spiders gives me anxiety. A bitch be closing her eyes. I hate these spiders so much. A spider has sensors called eyes. Spiders are gross. Super spiders. Descent is sending me into fight or flight. Not the Zoom when he got bit. That's literally all the notes I have for that scene. Because, listen, I love Spider-Man, and I know this is ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Anyway.
A little too ironic.
Thank you, Dan. Spiders they serve their purpose, but they're the ugliest and most horrifying creatures. I hate them. Thank you. And if my school was like, we're going on a field trip to see spiders, I would be like, Mom, this is the only time in my life I don't want to go to a field trip. Can we just lose the permission slip, please? Please. And she would be like, you're going to go. It'll be fun. I'm like, no. I'm going to have a straight up panic attack. God, it makes it, I'm getting a little tightly wound right now just talking about it. My shoulders were up. I had to lower them again. Ooh. Oh.
Before they go in the building, I have to note that I hated, it was so cringy when Mary Jane like waves at Peter and he thinks she's waving at him, and like I that has happened to me so many times. Mm-hmm. So like I just related so well with that scene, but I just also hated it. I was like, why?
They act like that only happens to nerds. That happens to literally everyone.
I know.
That's not a symbol of not having friends. It's a symbol of just being awkward sometimes.
Yeah.
Never happened to me.
Oh, must be
All
so
right.
nice to you with your beard, Dan.
No one ever waves in my vicinity. They're normally running.
True. I've only ever screamed when I've seen you.
So before they go into Columbia University's den of destruction, death, and arachnids,
I'm getting literal chills and not in a good way.
we meet Peter's best friend, Harry Osborn, and far more importantly, Harry's dad.
Willem Dafoe's penis.
Yes.
You did not see it in that.
No,
that
you didn't, but you
interactive.
knew it was there.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't let me give my title for him. People's sexiest penis alive, Willem Dafoe.
There it is.
Do you hear that? That's me snapping in agreement.
Now, we're not saying this to demean Willem Dafoe in
by no
any way
means.
at all. We
By
love
no
him.
means. We do.
However, there is a video online of Willem Dafoe dancing naked, like a madman, for some experimental theater show he was in the 70s.
Experimental
And-
theater in the 70s? I'm quaking.
Tell me more.
And he is totally nude, and he has got a tripod going on.
There's been rumors that he was supposed to do a nude scene in some movie and they gave him a stunt penis because his penis was just too big. People wouldn't believe it was real. And riddle me this, Willem. How can you walk? Like,
How can you walk?
does he get pants? Taylor, my mom is cringing. My mom is going to send me a text like, that is so filthy. Stop talking about it. Well, Mom, these are the questions that need to be answered. We'll come back to it later in the film.
The heart of the movie is obviously.
This is just like that time in Mad Men when John Hamm's pants were too... Wait, that wasn't in Mad Men. Anyway, the
That was just in
Hamaconda.
a paparazzi photo.
It's just like the Hamaconda. I got questions, okay? I just want to talk.
But that science meme comes right at the beginning of the movie. I forgot how quickly. I thought that was like maybe a half an hour in, but we right away we get right into the memes.
Amen. We getting memes.
Also, Willem Dafoe is wearing a pair of veneers that make his teeth much more pronounced in this.
Yes.
And I think you can see his teeth every second that he's on screen, even
Yeah.
when his mouth is closed.
Well, I can't remember if you sent me this, David, or if I just saw this, like, organically. But I remember that it was because they wanted the crooked teeth to represent when the Green Goblin, that's what I call him, when the Green Goblin is talking, Dan looks horrified. Versus when Norman is talking. But, like, at the same time, I don't think I was paying attention to the Green Goblin's, like, teeth a single time, I was busy focusing on how he was double cheeked up, but that's a whole separate issue.
My word.
This is a thirst cast.
Honestly.
So, basically on the field trip, the events that occur are Peter takes weird-ass school photos of Mary
Oh
Jane.
god. Another cringe moment. This movie is just cringe the whole way through.
They're talking about super spiders and no one has a panic attack? Fake.
Also, nobody's listening.
Yeah.
Because the teacher, he threatens them with, like, if you don't stop talking, I'm going to teach you a lesson on, like, how to be quiet. First of all, very threatening.
For sure.
He ends it with, I kid you not.
Oh, God.
He haunts my dreams. He haunts my nightmares.
Is your
He haunts my
sleep
daily
paralysis
life. Just him saying, I kid you not.
It's your sleep paralysis demon. Mine is the dramatic zoom in to show Peter being bitten by a spider.
Yes.
That was absolutely horrifying.
Well, he gets dramatically bit by a spider, and he dramatically gets powers. Actually, he just kind of gets a welt right now.
Oh, yeah, it was huge. I yelled. I was like, that would have me in the hospital.
I was gonna say that man needs to get to an ER.
I know.
Right away.
I'm telling you, what better place to have been bitten by a spider than a place that's definitely going to have the antidote because it's a spider studying place. And they got black widows and brown recluses hanging out there just biting people all willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Okay? My worst nightmare. My worst nightmare. Sorry, I'm
it's
getting
also-
all twitchy.
It's also fun because a lot of the science, and I put science in air quotes.
Yes.
About the gene editing and everything, and like at the time, like CRISPR is like, I don't know if anyone knows about that kind of technique, but basically it's like what we have now for gene editing. But like that was, I forgot when it was discovered, but it's funny to see like we've actually come this far now.
Yeah.
to like get. It's not as like cartoonish as it is in the
Yeah.
Movie, but like it's funny because at that time it was very just like first starting out, and I don't know. I wonder if they got like inspiration from that, or
Yes.
is it just like gene editing?
Somebody. I just watched Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man, I'm just gonna call him Spider-Man now because Peter Parker is dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
Peter who?
He stumbles home, drunk in love with that spider good.
Oh, God, Dan.
no.
Ew.
Stumbles into bed and falls asleep. Simultaneously, at Oscorp, I should have, if it's a comic book, I should have gone, meanwhile at Oscorp.
Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you, Dan, for correcting yourself.
They're having a meeting, with the board of directors are having a meeting with the military. All of
Yes.
it.
Every single one.
Because they're a weapons contractor or something, and they're making gliders, and they have this superhuman strength formula that
Boy.
all but one scientist say is good to go to human testing, but one scientist says they need to go back to formula. Back to formula. That's where the quote came from.
Yeah, I
Great
got
line.
it. I got you.
Yes.
'Cause that's
However,
how humans
Norman,
talk.
he can't have this. He needs the money. The company needs the money. They need this contract. They only have 6 weeks. So he tests it on himself.
And there's a dramatic zoom.
There's a dramatic zoom when the little metal thing to keep him strapped in to the bench hits his body. He goes, "Ooh, that's cold."
He's a wiry man,
He's
Mr.
very
Willem Dafoe.
wiry.
I was
He
like,
is.
oh, okay.
Also, I love how the assistant's like, "Don't do this, Osborn," as he's like doing literally everything for him.
Strapping him in. Oh, don't do it. Like,
Also, I just took a CPR course. What the hell was that? He should have lied him down. Like everything that he did for CPR was awful. I was
Did he-
very
You're telling me
disappointed.
you don't do CPR by doing a patty cake kamehameha on a standing person's chest?
did he even count the
No.
beats of
Staying
Staying Alive?
No, not at all. I was very disappointed.
So, Norman, did he die? Did he not?
He was born
Well-
again, some might say.
No, he was born again, actually, because he then goes and kills his assistant.
Yes.
It says back to formula for some reason. What
Oh,
like?
God.
Yeah. And then he steals the suit, his Green Goblin,
Please,
double
Dan.
thick,
Green Goblin.
clapping cheeks suit.
He got a dump truck.
And the pumpkin bombs. They're not pumpkin bombs, they're regular bombs.
No, they're pumpkins.
Meanwhile, back at the Parker residence, Peter wakes up and he's thick.
I literally gasped. I was like, a six-pack? Who allowed him? And then I said,
is
rip his
meaty.
glasses.
Yeah. Oh my god! As a kid, I wanted that to happen to me one day when I woke up. Every day I woke up and I was like, I hope I put on my glasses and like I don't need them anymore.
That's my dream as an adult. Because
Yeah.
I don't have to pay for them then.
Right? That was such a dream. After I saw that, I was like, oh, I want that to happen to me.
What, so your dream as a kid wasn't to get like the beefy superhero style body. You just wanted to not wear glasses.
Exactly.
That
Basically,
was your peak of attainment. Your
if
dream.
I woke up with putting on my glasses and I'm like, it's so blurry, I would have been in heaven. I would have been like, I'm done. I'm good.
I feel that.
Sign me off.
Parents, I no longer need your eye insurance. Vision, I guess that's called.
Yeah,
Your eye
insurance. It's a real
insurance.
thing.
So Peter, he goes to school with his new beefy body,
Yes.
still, but it's
Beefy
hidden
boy
under a
body.
2002 Nerds article of clothing.
Such a neck
striped polo.
beard.
And he can't grow a beard. That's the worst
I know.
part.
At least he wasn't wearing a fedora.
True, milady.
Later.
So at school, he's in the lunchroom. He also, at this point, has learned how to shoot webs out from his wrists.
Gross.
Which, David, I don't know, is that controversial to you at all?
So again, when this was my first time really getting exposed to Spider-Man. So when I was a kid, I was like, oh, like that's just like how it is. But then as I learned more and more about it, I was like, oh, he actually makes the web. I don't really care. I mean, it's like it's cool, I guess. I don't know. It's just a different take on Spider-Man. I don't get butthurt by it.
I do.
Thing.
The thing that I think is dumb is when he's going through all the gestures trying to figure out what makes his spider webs go, and he finally realizes it's because he has to have the two little fingers pushing down. Duh, because in all other iterations, he's pushing a button. Like,
yeah, that is true.
It literally doesn't make sense in this situation, but I guess, like, those are, I don't know, whatever. That's the only thing I could think of. Gage gets very heated.
Oh,
He kept saying organic web slingers in an angry tone. So
I'm sorry, Gage.
He can hear you, trust me. But he is very upset.
Yeah, Peter does something that gets Joe Manganiello mad. I don't remember what. He throws food at him or something, or
he
tosses.
He accidentally webs the
the
lunch tray, and then he throws it back.
He webs all over.
This gets Joe Manganiello so mad that he decides, well, I'm going to commit murder against this high school student. He goes to punch him, but Peter has spidey senses now, so he dodges out of the way, and he leaves a 6-inch dent in the locker. If there was a head there, there wouldn't be a head there anymore.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Senior in high school, too, you know?
Yeah.
May I just say, going back to the spider senses, have you seen that thing that's like, now if you Google "are spider senses real?" and you're like on whatever informational nature website, they'll be like, spiders sense danger with this thing called their eyes.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh so hard. Anyway.
But Peter senses danger with something called his spider sense.
His Peter tingle.
He ends up winning the fight against Joe Manganiello, doing backflips in the process. Not just Joe Manganiello, but also Joe Manganiello's blonde friend.
His Goonies. Or not Goonies.
Yes. Nope.
Right?
Henchmen?
That's the
Goobers?
His
goons.
crew.
His goons.
Goons! That's what it was. That's some Goonies.
Yeah, he wins the fight with the aid of Chunk.
Yep.
So Peter wins the fight, but he scares everybody off, and they still call him a nerd because high school is ruthless.
Yeah.
Amen. You can lose the glasses and get a six-pack overnight, and you're still a nerd.
Yeah. Later on in the night, Peter and MJ are flirting in the backyard immediately after MJ has a shouting match with her abusive father who basically wants her dead.
She walks outside and goes, "Did you hear that?" No, girl. If I was you, I'd just be like, I don't know what to do. You're out here and I'm out here and this is uncomfortable. But instead she just, doesn't dodge the bullet and just hits him with the question, so...
You know who else doesn't dodge the bullet?
Uncle
Ben. No.
Is it Uncle Ben?
God, it took me a second. I was like,
is it Uncle Ben?
I rewinding just a little bit. I gotta say I love this score by Danny Elfman. Like when he's
it's by Danny Elfman?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, Danny Elfman. Hi.
When he's climbing up the wall for the first time, I just love that.
Danny Elfman is a genius.
I love it. It's like, I don't know, it's just like goofiness again that like made me fall in love with the movie.
Danny Elfman's a genius.
Yeah.
This is a pro Danny Elfman podcast.
Absolutely. It's pro weird science. It's
pro
pro
Nightmare
Oingo Boingo. So pro Danny Elfman.
Nightmare Before Christmas is what I was gonna say.
Oh, I only know his work as Oingo Boingo frontman.
Well, you definitely know Nightmare Before Christmas. Don't lie. We talked about it 2 podcasts ago.
I know.
That's like the one movie you guys can compromise. If you both love,
Correct.
Halloween and
I'm
Christmas.
a spooky bit. You're a holiday bit. Together we're Danny Elfman.
So they're flirting, but it gets broken up because MJ is dating Joe Manganiello, who shows up in a new car and takes her out on a ride around the town.
Yeah, right on something.
And I hate how she's like, oh my god! Flash!
She's so fake.
Like she immediately
Code
turns
switching.
into this-
She's code switching.
She is, and it's kind of sad. Like, it's a little sad.
It is. I was like, come on, MJ, you can do better.
Yeah. This inspires Peter to think that he needs a car. So he goes and he's looking through the car sales ads in the paper. One of the things that dates this movie, the newspaper.
Oh my god.
Yeah, honestly. And
he sees an ad for another thing that dates this movie. Last in the ring for 3 minutes at this professional wrestling show for $3,000.
Can we take 1 second? Who's checking him in when he's getting set up to be at the wrestling show? Actually,
I don't remember her name,
it's
but I
Octavia
recognize
Spencer.
her immediately.
And also, Dan, you probably were really excited during the actual wrestling scenes.
Absolutely, I was. Are
Dan's
you
a
kidding
big
me?
WWE fan.
Oh, Dan. Who is your
Yes.
favorite?
Oh no.
I
Who's
love
my favorite.
I love WWE.
Oh
When I
no.
was growing up.
WWE right now, does Edge still count because he's injured? I'll still say
Yeah,
Edge.
totally.
Okay.
You like Edge? I feel like Edge was
I
such a
love
villain.
Edge.
Has he like redeemed himself? Or I stopped watching after a while, but like I loved Kane. I loved Rey Mysterio. R.I.P. Yeah,
still
me and
alive.
my brother loved
Rey Mysterio's
WWE.
still alive.
What? Oh no, I'm thinking of
Mysterio's
Eddie
still
Guerrero. I'm sorry, Rey Mysterio.
He just turned off the podcast
Yeah,
right there.
Like,
He said,
how
click.
dare he? Yeah. Oh, the Hardy Boys, love them.
I've read their mysteries.
I love Nancy Drew and the
Yes. Who are the ones with the cereal, the Bootios?
The Bootios.
That's the New Day.
Okay, I just know about the Bootios. I don't know why, but I do.
I'm not surprised because you keep thinking about those double cheeks.
Yeah. Also, I feel like you showed me something about the Bootios once in college, Dan.
Probably.
Yeah.
That sounds right. So the reason we talk about this, Peter, before he goes to professional wrestle against Bonesaw, who's Macho Man Randy Savage, roided up to the 13s. He's about to pop.
I was scared. I was like, is he good?
But Uncle Ben, before that, gives Peter a speech that concludes with great power comes great responsibility.
And I'm
Nothing
wiping away
bad can
tears.
happen after that.
Exactly.
I'm
Anyway.
wiping away tears the whole time.
Such a dick to
What did I
Uncle
write?
Ben.
Oh, Gage and I kept going, with great power comes great sponsor billies.
But Octavia
Speaking
Spencer.
of sponsors,
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say,
her 1 minute of just like screen time just like is one of the best performances in the movie. I loved it. Just the whole delivery was just perfect.
You hear that, Tobey Maguire?
You hear that?
Your whole performance was booty compared to 1 minute from Octavia Spencer.
It's so good.
so Peter is trying to wrestle as the human spider and last 3 minutes in the ring with Bonesaw, who is ready, as he says. However, Peter doesn't realize that it's professional wrestling and it's staged, I guess, and he actually beats Bonesaw in a fight, which
I feel like-
causes...
I feel like they should have
Sorry, you
told
go.
him. I was just going to say, I feel like they should be like, hey, by the way, this is fake.
Yeah. But this makes the booker refuse to pay him the $3,000. He only gives him $100 because the booker's like, the ad said you gotta last 3 minutes in the ring. You only lasted 2. Here's $100, and that's generous. So Peter's like, ugh, fine, I guess.
Hair flip.
Yeah.
We're not flipping
I was
our
gonna say
hair
he
yet.
doesn't have the hair yet for that.
We're not flipping our hair quite yet, David. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I just love all of Bonesaw's lines. 3 minutes of playtime. I just everything he says, I'm like, oh my gosh.
God,
And I don't know. I love this scene. I love the announcer, how Peter's like, I'm not going on. He ruined my name. I was like,
Got
are
my
you kidding
name
me?
wrong, man.
It's so good.
It is. And it leads to Peter, he's walking out, and then a robber comes in to rob a professional wrestling show. Weird place to stick up, but you know, man, you do you. He does it. Peter has a chance to stop him. He doesn't. And then, a little bit later, Uncle Ben's dead.
Whoops.
Ba-ba-ba-da. Wow.
That's my uncle.
Then we get crying Tobey Maguire.
Meme number 2.
Oh man, that's the one.
Actually, there's a meme with the. There's a meme where it's like, did your husband make that for you? And then it's just this really long text.
Yes.
It's like, yes, my husband did make this for me. It just goes off on him, and I love it.
When he said that, my 2020 heart went, oh no.
Yeah, I was like, we do not condone that.
I was like, that one specific line did not age well.
No, it did not.
But,
even though it was only 18 years ago, it was a different time. It was a different time.
Yeah.
Those jokes, I mean, they're not acceptable, but it was a different time.
that's back when we were, I mean, we probably still are, but that's back when we were battling with mostly middle school. I think middle school boys still do this, but using gay as a slur.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm constantly battling with middle school boys.
God, I
see them on the street and I just kick them.
You want to know something embarrassing I realized the other day? I went to Target with my mom and I saw a group of high schoolers and I was uneasy. Like, am I old? I was like, oh man, this is so bad. Like, literally these Franklin High School teens grabbed a PlayStation gift card and I was like, can they afford that? Should I tell someone? Like, am I turning into a Karen? Because I really don't want that for myself.
Oh my gosh.
Like, just these, like, I don't even know, these white suburban teens with their hats and their mischief.
Their hats?
No, they weren't even, I hope they were masked up. I don't even remember. I blacked out.
Oh my goodness.
You know what they say, Dan, who's wearing a hat right now? Hats are trouble.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm scared of teenagers. Let's carry on.
You should
Gerard
be scared.
Butler.
Oh!
Not Gerard. Gerard Wade.
Gerard Butler? Equally terrifying.
He's great, though.
Okay,
I thought he
wait.
was a football player for a long time.
Now I'm both picturing Gerard Butler as the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
I don't like that
And-
one bit.
Gerard Way as Javert. Is that who he is?
No,
No,
he's
he
Phantom
played
of
Phantom of
the
the
Opera.
Opera.
Yeah, in Les Mis.
Should have been.
No, wait, Dan. He's not in Les Mis, Dan.
No, that's
Gerard
Russell
Butler's
Crowe.
not in Les Mis?
No, he's in Phantom.
Gerard Butler should have been in Les Mis, because
Yeah.
if he sang as
Who's
well as
the
he
bad
did.
singer in Les Mis?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, they're different people.
They
They're
are.
different
In
people,
the
right?
Please. Oh, God. It haunts me.
Spider-Man tries to get revenge on the robber who kills Uncle Ben.
The
Which he
microwave
does.
that
Has
goes
this
to Uncle
weird-
Ben.
He has this weird Vietnam flashback.
Yeah, you know, my rice.
Oh, my God.
He has a weird Vietnam flashback when he sees the robber's face. The robber then goes, ha ha ha, trips over a pipe and falls out a window.
Yeah. Rough.
Honestly, did he deserve it? Was it Uncle Ben pushing him out of the window? Who's to
Might
say?
as well should have been. I will say Tobey Maguire in this scene, I think, is his best acting in the entire movie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I felt compelled.
Sorry, that sounded so sarcastic.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
just-
mean for it to.
I was just like, okay, this is believable. Like, I believe him.
Okay.
And
Weird
that's
vibes.
my one compliment for Tobey Maguire.
He's fine, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm so mean.
he
I'm
does
sorry.
pretty well as like a cringy
I
high
liked
school
him.
kid, I guess.
I liked him in
In-
Great
in what?
Gatsby, but that's the only Tobey Maguire performance I've been like, cool, okay, here we go.
Oh, and
I like Tobey Maguire. He is in Pleasantville, which is a movie about television in the 50s.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
because
a
we
great
talked
movie.
about this because it came
That
out
is a
the
good
same
movie.
year as I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yes. But also, I like him because he's in a movie about chess called Pawn Sacrifice. I have not seen Pawn Sacrifice, but I think about it constantly, especially with the Queen's Gambit being popular.
Oh, God.
Toby
Okay.
did this 9 years ago.
Can I just say, he looks too much like Topher Grace for me, which will come up again in the third film. So that'll haunt us again later on.
I do like Tobey Maguire, but my old coworker ruins him for me because apparently, have you guys ever heard of Molly's Game? Like that whole
Yes.
thing.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Apparently, like Tobey Maguire is like a huge dick, and like there's like there was this
That
whole
does
Hollywood,
not surprise me.
there's
if
this
I'm
whole
honest.
Hollywood scandal like with this like gambling going on. I don't really know too
shoot.
much about it. There's a whole movie on it, but basically Michael Cera, I think
Oh wait, there we
plays-
go. Yep.
he plays Player X, which is supposed to be Tobey Maguire, and he's like the worst character in the movie. So that was really upsetting, and I think that's why I also had a hard time watching this because I know like now he's an awful person.
One of his children's middle names is Sweetheart. Oh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta leave. Who would do that to their child?
So we've been recording for about an hour now.
Oh no.
And
Yikes.
we're maybe a quarter of the way into the movie.
Oh, we do this
so
every
I'm gonna
time.
yada some yadas.
Yep.
Please.
Let's get to the pictures of Spider-Man, am I right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
So, Peter and Harry graduate from high school and move in together in downtown New York as they moved out of Queens because Queens is not New York. Spider-Man also starts fighting crime for good, and we get a montage of Spider-Man saving people and doing things, and then random New Yorkers doing random New York things, like
building a
throwing
nest.
boxes into
New York,
trucks.
New York!
I love the guy that says, oh, I saw him building a nest.
What
the hell?
Like a spider nest? Like, is he spinning it from his butt? Like,
Unfortunately, no one is able to get a clear picture of Spider-Man, and J. Jonah Jameson wants pictures of Spider-Man!
pictures of Spider-Man!
Also, another fantastic actor in this movie.
Oh, I thought you were going to say meme.
Oh, also a great movie too.
Oh, we love J.K. Simmons. Hi, J.K., if you're listening.
One day.
So, Peter Parker uses his power and availability to Spider-Man, because he is him, to get these pictures of him. He's the only one who can get clear pictures.
Okay,
so
but how? You know, like, is he setting the timer and then he's
Yeah,
going...
they show the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I know, but, like, it doesn't make sense. Friends.
What?
How?
How does
I
it
don't
not
know,
make sense?
I guess it doesn't make sense to me because
You can
it's
set it
real
on a
life.
timer and have it repeat.
I guess. Okay, forget it. Let's carry on. that didn't sit right with me.
So he gets hired as a freelance photographer at the tabloid New York Daily News, New York Post, Daily Bugle. It's just the
York,
Daily
New
Bugle.
York.
But it's and then Norman, moving to the other storyline, he
Yes.
finds out that Oscorp has basically decided to fire him from his own company because they're selling it to their biggest rival, Quest.
Questlove.
Yeah. They're selling it to Questlove.
Also,
Try
another
Paul.
great scene. I thought Defoe did great.
They do really good. I mean, I will say that I think they do a lot of good juxtaposition in this movie to show how similar the lives between, like how fine the line is of the lives between Peter Parker and Norman, just to see like how they're so similar and how related they are, but at the same time they're so different. If that makes any sense. I
Yeah.
don't know how I'm trying to explain this.
Yeah,
but
I love his little speech he gives him when he knocks him out. The whole rooftop scene.
Oh,
And yeah, it's a great speech. Also, I also hate that scene though because like literally could have just pulled off his mask because he was
Yeah,
asleep
true.
for like 8 hours because we go from daytime to nighttime like
Yeah.
when he wakes up. So I was like, why didn't you just take it off? But yeah,
So things happen, and then the Unity Day parade happens. You know,
boy.
everyone's favorite day of the year, and Macy Gray performs.
I thought it was.
Yes.
I thought it was the Thanksgiving Day parade at first, and I was very confused
Yeah, might as well.
because I
Should've
heard
been.
Macy Gray, but I thought they said Macy's Thanksgiving Day, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes
Oh my
sense."
god!
And they're
so
in
the
New
Green
York. Was I
Goblin-
wrong to think that? Anyway,
The Green Goblin, he goes to the Unity Day parade to kill the board members who have taken him from his company, and he pulverizes them completely. He turns them into skeletons, and they dissolve.
Yeah.
he flies in on his super cool hovercraft.
Yeah, it
thing.
comes in like the Wicked Witch of the West. Like, honestly, with the smoke, I was like, all
He
right.
came in double cheeked up. I'll say it again. This is, I think, the first moment when
We
I
see
really
the booty?
said, "Yeah, we see the booty," and I went, "Wait a gosh darn tootin' second, that is illegal." Literally, here it is. Here it is. The Green Goblin
Do you have a
costume.
picture pulled up? Oh.
No. It says the Green Goblin costume is low-key sick, though, followed by the Green Goblin double-cheeked up! And then it says how he flying with that much junk in his trunk.
Oh my god.
But it is followed by yet another good Spider-Man meme where he rescues Mary Jane after she is on the rooftop that the Goblin explodes and they're swinging.
And they're swinging through the sky.
Yeah, and her hair's blowing the wrong way, and it's also a fake Spider-Man body double, and like it's just bad. It's just bad.
Yeah, she is holding on to basically a mannequin of Spider-Man, and the way that the green screen background is, her hair is going the complete opposite direction of where it should be going.
That.
Oh yeah, it's
I
just
gotta
so
go back
bad.
and watch that.
So bad.
So Mary Jane then falls in love with Spider-Man.
You're gonna think I'm such a little girl with a crush. That line made me want to vomit.
What do you mean he's amazing?
Oh god.
Oh god, I hated that scene. I was like, come on.
And then at Thanksgiving dinner at the apartment, Peter has a cut on his arm, and
Wait.
Norman can smell blood.
I'm sorry, you skipped the part where he's rescuing people from a burning building, and there's this one little old lady going, "Help! Help!"
And then fucking screech.
It's the Green Goblin. Oh,
The screech gets me every time. I wish I could reproduce it because it is something else when he turns around. Oh my gosh,
that's Willem Dafoe's best moment in the film.
it's so good. Also, I'd like to just make a quick comment.
Sorry, friend.
There's a scene where he's like drinking like excessively, but okay, the man is rich.
Yes.
But he has a Maker's Mark whiskey
That's
bottle.
that product placement.
Which I'm not shitting on Maker's Mark, but the man is rich. Like, why is he drinking Maker's Mark? I know product placement and everything, but it was so out of place.
Don't you remember when this movie came out? You could, and like when the subsequent movies came out, you could not buy a liter of soda without, specifically Dr. Pepper, without Spider-Man's face on it. I'm surprised Maker's Mark would just want to get a little bit of that something, you know?
Yeah.
No company was going to miss their chance, like how M&M's missed their chance with E.T. That was never going to happen again.
True. You're absolutely right. I just thought it was super funny.
Yes.
I was like, really? Where is this? Where is
He's a
this
man
coming
of simple
from?
tastes.
Honestly.
I thought Maker's Mark was good whiskey. I don't know.
Is it?
whiskey?
I feel like
I
it's
always
so,
think that it isn't.
it's so mainstream.
Let's
I thought.
Google it.
Yeah.
Is Maker's
Controversial take. No whiskey is good whiskey. It tastes like
yikes.
floor cleaner.
Here it is.
I'm a big fan of whiskey, Dan.
From WhiskeyWatch.com. Without a doubt, Maker's Mark is one of the best small batch bourbon whiskeys on the market, making itself known without a lot of fuss. Currently, Maker's Mark bourbon is a significant player in the market, ranking as the 8th most selling whiskey in the United States.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was the right time and place to put it in that scene.
I mean, maybe this was where all the fuss came from. People said, if the
Yeah.
Green Goblin is drinking it, I gotta drink it.
What does that website say about the best alcohol, rum chata?
Oh, I love rum chata. Don't even come for it.
I'm not joking. I got, for Christmas, my brother got me I have to say, another big bottle of rum chata, and then 2 smaller bottles of rum chata. Because
nice.
I'm a pansy, and I don't like any alcohol outside of super sugary, creamy drinks.
I mean,
There's
don't
something
get
wrong
me
with that.
Rum chata is just the bomb. The bomb. Tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. There's no better way.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. But I do love whiskey, and I do like Maker's Mark. There's nothing wrong with that. I personally thought
You
it was
didn't
out of,
think you were at the same level as the Green Goblin.
Yeah, now I am. Like this is huge. This is huge.
You could be him. You could have those cheeks.
You could be double cheeked up. Okay, we didn't even get to his cod piece yet, though. Like, don't. Or do we skip it?
Well, speaking of the Green Goblin, he decides, well, I'm going to destroy Aunt May, basically.
Nope, we didn't get to
yeah.
it yet.
What did we not get to?
Oh, when he goes after Aunt May and she's praying and the wall bursts forward and he's squatting down. Now, those of you who don't do theater or don't know your, like, armor terms, a cod piece is the piece of armor or fabric that covers one's genitalia.
Cod.
Now, this codpiece specifically is Gigunda. Like, literally, he squats down, and it's like hanging like 3 inches down. Mom, I'm so sorry. This is from a costume design standpoint. I was flabbergasted.
I have to go back because honestly, throughout this whole movie, I did not notice William Dafoe's penis the whole time, and I feel like I'm really missing out now. I feel like I missed the movie you watched.
You could have been here. Oh man, I googled Green Goblin and it's just pictures of his butt.
Oh my God.
I wish I was kidding. Like, it's not. I can't even handle it. Okay. People agree with
David,
me.
it seems like you and I watched a movie about Spider-Man. Meanwhile, Anna watched a film about the Green Goblin.
A documentary, if you will.
You know.
Yeah, so the Green Goblin's codpiece destroys Aunt May's house.
Absolutely does.
Makes her finish say the Lord's Prayer, and Anna and I's Catholic guilt shoots
In my
up
Lutheran
to the highest level
soul.
possible. And then I'm gonna yada yada because honestly,
Please.
I kind of zoned out for that part until we get to the climax at the bridge.
Don't forget we did have our iconic upside down Spider-Man kiss. Okay, and then we move forward. Yes.
Yeah. Which
So we have the
Happened a
Spider-Man
while
kiss,
back, I
and
just
then
forgot to mention.
oh look, we have basically the trolley problem. The Green Goblin has suspended a trolley full of children, school-age children, and Mary Jane, and Peter can only save one of them. What does he do? How will he save one of the two?
Saves his not even girlfriend in order to save them. I don't even know. Don't even.
he
get me
saves
started.
both of them.
Yeah, I know,
Anna,
but he
alright?
makes
because
it-
he's a great hero.
He makes the move to save his lady. That's not even his lady first, though.
It was the logical choice to go for her first, and then for the children. I mean, if you play it back,
David, that's dangerous. Okay, we learned
You
something
heard it
about
here,
David
folks.
today.
You heard it here first, folks. David says, "Kill them kids."
Oh God. David Rodriguez killed the kids.
and I don't deny.
Oh God.
So, at the bridge, not only does Peter have to decide between saving a group full of precocious, young, innocent lives full ahead of them children, and probably failing future actress Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah, for real.
Yikes.
There are also a group of New Yorkers there. Real New Yorkers.
New York.
If you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
I love that.
Direct quote.
If only that was the sentiment now in America.
For real. When we get that kind of patriotism back?
Well, there's a reason we had that kind of patriotism,
Is it 9/11?
and it's 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh no, New York.
Yes.
New York.
I'd like to make a quick comment. I don't know why Green Goblin didn't just shoot either the pedestrians like hitting him or the boat that was coming in to like save everyone.
Yeah.
I just
The Green Goblin is thinking too hard.
yeah,
He's trying so hard to be evil that he's failing.
true, very very true.
Or maybe that was Norman being like, wait.
Maybe I have to be good. I also love the shot of both the children and Mary Jane falling in his like eye mask thing. I love that
Yes.
shot. It's great.
I love the Green Goblin mask. I'll just say it now. His whole costume. Like, catch me just chilling out on my couch wearing it.
Kind of looks like a.
It looks like the Power Rangers.
I was gonna say it looks like the alien from.
A xenomorph?
Yeah, I was gonna say it is called a xenomorph.
little
A
bit. Yeah.
xenomorph?
It does have that like because it has like.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a great costume though. I will agree as well.
Love it. But does it compare to the Green Goblin as played by Patrick Page in Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark on Broadway? Is he double cheeked up on a Tuesday? Let's find out. Just kidding. Don't listen to that. It was not great. But we love Reeve and Patrick.
And people like almost died.
Oh, people
or
did die, I think.
They did die. Yeah.
Yeah, but not Reeve. Thank
Yikes.
goodness. Nothing but respect for my Spider-Man.
So, Peter saves both of them being Mary Jane and the better school children.
And the rest.
And then, of course, this makes Norman Osborn very mad, so he throws Peter into an abandoned building and just goes to town on him.
Please
Left,
reword
right,
that.
up.
Please reword what you just said.
What did I... Oh, no.
He goes to town on him. God,
He
I
just
hope
runs a train on
there was
him.
consent. He gives him the old William Dick Foe.
Oh my goodness.
Or Willem,
No.
excuse me, my Willem Dick Foe.
He whispers into his ear, "Don't worry, I'm Willem DeFriend."
Oh, God.
We're going back to formula.
Oh, God. I'm a bit of a scientist myself.
Oh no! It's too much.
It's cold.
Oh, God. He does that, the screech from the burning building.
No! Oh my god.
So, Norman also... Well, he brags that he's going to kill Mary Jane, and then
Oh,
Peter
goodness.
goes
Final meme.
Super Saiyan mode and fights him and overpowers him and basically gets him in position to do the Watusi two-step.
Oh, my God.
And then Norman's like, "No, wait, Peter, it's me. It's Norman. I'm sorry. I'm different. The Green Goblin's the other guy.
He had me fooled.
I'm
I was like,
I'm the Norman."
I was like, you're right. He doesn't mean you any harm. He's just Jekyll in hiding right now.
But also, as he's doing this, he's guiding his glider to be in impale position, which I didn't know was a mode that they had on those.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if, like, those, what are they called? The hoverboards had an impale setting.
Oh my god.
How many ankles would be slain?
Terrifying.
Oh, God.
Yeah, a bunch of 13-year-olds angrily sending hoverboards towards you.
God, I'd be like, no, is it because I was judging you in the Target? Please.
Spider-Man, he uses his spider sense to sense that the glider is coming towards him, and he dodges the glider, and the Green Goblin goes, "Oh."
That
then
part had
gets
me
him
dying,
killed.
literally. So they had
What did
him
you say
die, too.
before the what is it? Godspeed, Spider-Man.
My last note of the whole movie is just not the fucking "oh" before being stabbed.
I love it. I loved it. It's such a brutal death. Like watching that at 7,
really
I was
brutal.
like, "Oh wow!"
Yeah, this whole scene caused me so much anxiety because it's like, yeah, this guy is evil, but also like he's your best friend's dad, but you can't tell your best friend that you're Spider-Man and like that he was gonna cause. Oh God, I was anxious watching it.
And also like Harry, like I don't think I would jump to the same conclusions.
Harry's like Spider-Man.
Also, convenient gun in drawer.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
does every drawer have a gun? That's how I
Yes.
feel like in that household. Because
Yes.
like, how else?
Every drawer has either a gun or Maker's Mark. There's no in between.
Also, MJ, at your ex-boyfriend's dad funeral, you're gonna make out with his best friend.
She is
Unbelievable.
this MJ specifically. I'm not trying to shame, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna shame. She's kind of she's very jumps from one guy to the next.
Yeah.
And not in like a fun we're just dating around kind of way, like in a I need emotional stability sort of way.
Well,
and like
it plays
is a
back
mess.
to her abusive.
She's got daddy issues.
Yeah.
And I know that that's
Yeah.
not a real term and I'm not supposed to say that, but like in the words of Demi Lovato, lucky for you, I got all these daddy issues. What can I do?
But yeah, the goal of that moment, I was just like, wow. Could you imagine?
If I saw my best friend making out with my girl at my dad's funeral, I would tell them to take a hike, and I would be very, very upset.
Well, Harry is not only very upset, he vows revenge on Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Peter and Mary Jane Mac, he's like, "Sorry, we can only be friends. LOL, bye." And then the movie ends.
Yeah. What a great ending.
It is
made
also, I realized watching this, the exact same ending as The Amazing Spider-Man.
Is it really? That's another one I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's not good. Anyway, David, what did you? Since this was the first time you've rewatched it in a while, what'd you think?
Like I said, there were some moments that I really enjoyed. I love J. Jonah Jameson in it. I love Willem Dafoe. His thick bod, apparently.
Appleton, sweetheart.
It was fun. It was fun watching it again, but it was pretty cringy to watch at the same time. And yeah, but I guess the spirit was still there, so that was nice. And I also appreciated kind of just like, this was one of the first like big superhero movies that kind of laid the groundwork, I feel like, for everything else.
I got something to say.
I feel like that's a bold statement, but like, I don't know what else came out. It was this and X-Men.
It was this and X-Men, yeah.
Yeah. So like, it was nice. Like we were talking about earlier, kind of just like having this goofy, true like comic book movie. Yeah. So it was bittersweet. I'll say that.
Anna, what about you?
Sorry,
You look
I'm
shocked.
just really thinking about the fact that, number one, Willem Dafoe's wife is like a certified hottie, and also she's 20 years younger than him.
There it is.
I just wanted to share. I mean, like, good for them if they're happy, but wowie zowie, I wasn't expecting that.
Wow.
Anyway, yes. Oh yeah, also I forgot that a kid who was born in 2005 is like probably of normal
15.
human
15.
age these. Please don't say that to me. It makes me feel old. Anyway, this. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm a liar. His son is from another marriage or another wife or another person. Anyway, I'm just looking into Willem Dafoe's life now. I really liked this movie in a fun, I am enjoying myself making fun of it sort of way. Because it is so memeable and because it kind of felt like a horror comedy more than a superhero movie. Mm-hmm. And I know that's
totally.
like,
Oh my gosh.
And like I didn't realize or remember that Sam Raimi was the one who directed it. And Gage told me, he's like, yeah, that's why you feel like this, like because he did all these other horror comedy style movies. And I was like, oh crap, because like all the powerful zoom ins and like the important focus on things that are like supposed to be so dramatic but really don't matter. It just, I don't know, it just makes me laugh. And I like this movie because I like making fun of it. You know?
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I mean, no offense, Tobey Maguire, but you are very low on my list of Spider-Men that I like. Tom Holland's number one, because I'm a basic, in case you forgot. Yeah. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it, like, genuinely, not as an object of ridicule.
Can't
as
relate.
you seem to paint it. I thought it was really enjoyable, especially as, like, when thinking of movies that are, like, comic books distilled into film, it's this and the Avengers, or the first Avengers, that I'm like, yeah, this is basically like I'm reading a comic book right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that like the dramatic zooms and
Love them.
the like weird montages where you have Tobey Maguire's face and then random like newsprint and costume
Love
ideas
it.
behind him.
Oh
Those are,
god,
like-
I forgot about the costume ideas altogether. Loved it.
I think that was it's really kitschy, but also Sam Raimi has to know what he's doing there.
Yeah.
He knows that it's kitschy. That's his whole shtick about it.
Yeah.
And another thing that I enjoyed about it is it's set in New York and it's filmed mostly in New York and not Atlanta or Toronto.
Love that.
No disrespect to Atlanta, major disrespect to Toronto.
Say full disrespect
Get out
to
of here,
Toronto.
you Maple Leaf people. I don't know what's the
Yikes.
name.
You syrup lovers. Poutine eaters.
Kneaders.
No, poutine. Poutine.
Poutine eaters. But one thing that was not filmed in New York is the Spider-Man Upside Down Kiss. That is filmed at the Warner Brothers lot in Los Angeles.
Been there.
And it was filmed in what they call the Spider-Man alley.
Hate that.
The one alley on the lot. I've taken the tour twice.
Oh god.
Nice. A legendary
Some
spot.
trivia about the movie.
Yes.
There's a whole lot of like who could have been cast, so I'll mostly go over those.
Okay.
Take a guess. Who was the first choice to play Peter Parker?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Who was popular at that time?
Leo DiCaprio.
I was just gonna say that.
Correct. It was Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, look at us.
Okay.
Other people who were considered are Jude Law, Heath Ledger,
Sorry, I
Heath
choked
Ledger.
on rip.
my favorite, Freddie Prinze Jr.
No,
Oh, wow.
do not want.
Kate Hudson was asked to play Mary Jane Watson,
to play Peter
but she had
Parker.
to turn it down. Other people who auditioned: Tara Reid, Eliza Dushku, Elisha Cuthbert, Kate Bosworth, and in the movie Elizabeth Banks.
Really?
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks plays J. Jonah Jameson's assistant.
Yes.
She does not look good with brown hair. I'll say it right now. She looks way
That
better
is
as
true.
blonde.
Billy Crudup was initially cast as Norman Osborn
Oh,
before Willem Dafoe. Very different movie.
Yeah.
or Appleton, sweetheart.
Yeah. Other people approached: Nicolas Cage,
No.
John
Oh, yikes.
Travolta,
No.
Bill Paxton, Mel Gibson,
No.
Jonathan Isaacs, Robert De Niro, and John Malkovich.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I would have loved a Mel Gibson Green Goblin.
I don't know.
That would have been wild.
Oh God.
I want the John Malkovich one. You know, I'm a little bit of a scientist myself.
Oh God, I hate it.
And then Hugh Jackman was supposed to make a cameo as Wolverine,
Oh, nice.
but the staff was unable to find the Wolverine costume
Oh
What?
by
God.
the
What
day
a
they were supposed to
awful-
film.
Get it together,
reason.
friends.
What a horrible excuse. That would have been
Yeah.
great.
So that's the main trivia that I found. The other stuff, not as interesting.
I have a bit of just Marvel trivia, I guess. It's
Yes.
Stan Lee's birthday today. So happy birthday,
Oh.
Stan
Happy
Lee.
birthday. Rip.
Happy birthday, Stanley.
Yeah.
I guess
birthday,
there
Helen.
is one more piece of trivia that I didn't mention.
Okay.
So in the original trailer, it is basically Spider-Man stops a bank robbery. It's all like self-contained in the one trailer,
Okay.
and it ends with the bank robber's van strung up on a web between the Twin Towers.
I remember
And then
this.
also, the initial poster for the movie was Spider-Man with the New York skyline reflected in his eye, with the
Yep.
Twin Towers very prominently featured.
Yeah.
And after 9/11, they pulled both of these
Yeah.
basically immediately. But what people think is that the bank robbery scene was supposed to be included in the movie in some way, shape, or form during the montage of Spider-Man saving the day and the New Yorkers talking about things.
Yeah.
That is a theory as to what happened with that.
Interesting.
Now that you're mentioning that, I 100% remember seeing something about that and how it had to be pulled. Because that was around the same time when Lilo and Stitch was supposed to be, like, instead of flying an alien spaceship, they were supposed to be flying a regular
Yeah, I
plane.
remember that.
Yeah, and, like, a whole bunch of stuff got switched around because of that. Which is
Yeah.
very sad, but very fascinating. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I feel like, maybe not, but I feel like it's been long enough that I can say that those sort of things are interesting. Obviously,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
very
no.
sad that had to happen and that did happen. I guess it didn't have to happen, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just very interesting to think about
Yeah.
how heavily that affected media and art
Yeah.
and things like that as well.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like, how a tragedy just hits like every, possible outlet, including movies.
Yes.
Even it's
And
it's
the
it's
theater.
wild. The theater.
The theater.
The theater.
David, who was your favorite actor or actress?
Yeah, it's hard because I think I loved William Dafoe. in
No,
this.
just in general.
No.
My favorite actor or actress. Oh, okay. It's funny because all my other favorite actors have played Spider-Man. I love Andrew Garfield. I love Tom Holland.
Me too.
Let me think. I love Samantha Barks. She's she's not a movie star. Well, she is. She's
in Les Mis.
she's more of a Broadway star, but she has been in movies, and I absolutely love her.
Understatement of the century.
Yeah, she's amazing, beautiful, great,
Well-
talented.
David, would this movie be better or worse or the same with Samantha Barks as Mary Jane Watson?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how she would look as a redhead, but I think 100 times better. I would see her in just about anything. So,
Cue David watching the Frozen clips where she was playing Elsa.
oh yeah. I watched this horrible Christmas movie she was in. It was called like The Christmas Candle. My mom
Oh,
got it for me.
no.
My mom
Oh
got it
my
for me
gosh.
literally just because she was in it.
When your mom supports the obsession.
Yeah, she really does.
Oh, iconic. We love that.
Yeah, it's an awful movie.
Your mom
but
supports the thirst.
she liked it more than I did.
Okay.
Which was really funny. But she's in it and she did well. But yeah, 100 times better.
Anna,
Dan.
better, worse, or the same? JTT, Spider-Man.
I'm going to be brave and say I think it would be better.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I think he could cry better. I mean, Toby, you really said I can't generate any tears. Somebody splash my face quick. I would absolutely watch that movie. I think they'd have to go back to Spider-Man's roots a little bit of making him a big nerd instead of making him a big nerd. You know what I mean? Like, he'd have to be more of a technical nerd as opposed to just a plain old boring nerd.
Yeah.
But I could see JTT playing like that sort of misunderstood, really smart kid who suddenly stumbles upon getting some powers. And how do I deal with this? Like, I can picture that. For sure.
Okay. I feel like JTT would be a very good personality-wise for Spider-Man. I don't think he's meek enough to be Peter Parker, and that's kind of the issue I have with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
That's fair. I get what you're saying. Like, he comes across as a little too confident.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
hair, though. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield's hair is just
It's so tall.
Unbelievable in that movie.
It's very tall.
Both movies. Oh my god. I could go on, but that's not the series we're doing.
Sorry, I chose this one for its sheer laughability.
That's okay.
So, my favorite actor, of course, is Jimmy Stewart.
Yes.
And would this movie be better, worse, or the same with Jimmy Stewart as Uncle Ben? Honestly, it would be the same.
Rip.
There's no difference.
There'd be more fun.
Uncle Ben.
With great power comes great responsibility. You say it, you're better at it.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Absolutely.
See?
Thank you. That's everything.
I'm 68. I just got laid off the plant. I'd say I'm on my ass.
It's so funny to me though because they look so old because they're like 68, but 68 doesn't feel that old to me anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Well, so Cliff Robertson, who played Uncle Ben, he was 75 when they filmed it.
Really? I would never
Yeah.
have guessed that. Ever.
He looks pretty. I don't know. Yeah.
My judgment of age is so skewed. I don't know anything about anyone.
Yeah, Cliff Robertson won an Oscar for Best Actor in 1977 for playing the role of Charlie in the film Charlie, the adaptation of Flowers for Algernon.
Oh my.
Wow.
It's not a
Oscar.
good movie.
No,
I've
but
seen
he won
It's
his
bad.
Oscar. Dan, he won
Yeah.
his Oscar. No opinion. No Oscar. No opinion.
Fine. I have won an award for Best Experimental Short Film.
Was that for your teddy bear one?
No, it was for the Stalker one, and we only won
Oh,
it because
yeah.
we were the only people who showed up to the film festival.
Was that the one in DC?
The library.
Oh, I attended that film festival. I think. I don't know. It was
No.
good. I like that film. It was a good film.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. My
You're welcome.
ego needs that.
You're welcome. Let me boost it. I went to the original screening. Remember?
David, on a scale of 1 to 5 green goblin me, swablin me cod pieces, what do you rank
yes.
the movie?
Goblin me, swallowly. I can't even say it.
My heart says 5, but my brain says like 4.
Okay, that's still not that bad. That's a B.
I
still a
know.
good
I know.
rating.
I'll say 4.5. No, you know what? I'm gonna go with 5. I'm gonna go with 5.
Okay, final answer. Lock it in.
Locking it in 5.
5. Anna, what about you?
3.
I'm 3.5.
Wow. Okay.
Wait a second. You are giving Spider-Man a 3 when
Miss
you gave
Spider-Man.
But what you gave It's a Wonderful Life, and I'm sorry for bringing this back up. You gave It's a Wonderful Life a 2 out of 5. You think Spider-Man is better? I just can't do this.
That is correct.
Unbelievable.
I stand by what I said.
All right. That's fine.
Anna, you're giving Spider-Man a 3 out of 5.
Correct.
When I assume you give Joker a 10 out of 5. How do you sleep at night?
With my eyes closed. Under a weighted blanket, Dan.
Okay, we should end this.
Wait, the podcast or just this episode?
Let's end
Yeah, we should end all of it.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us for this one episode, David.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
David, thank you for being here. We'll have you back next week.
Thank you. It's been such a dream.
In the meantime, if there's anything you want to plug, a Facebook account, a Twitter account, an old YouTube video that you enjoy, anything, now's your chance.
Drop your Twitch.
Yeah, my Twitch is, I think...
Oh, no.
I think it's Orbital Knight 6-4. I know. Crazy name.
You'll have to come back with a for sure answer.
Yeah, I think that's it for now. I haven't streamed anything. I plan on doing it now that I got this fancy dancy mic. But yeah, I'd love to have some followers and more to come, I guess. But that's it. I don't post on Instagram or Facebook really, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you like the show, you can follow it on Facebook and Twitter @and in conclusion, on Instagram @in conclusion podcast. You can also support it on Patreon with money at patreon.com/inconclusion. Or if you don't want to give us money because you don't trust us very much, spread the word. Tell your friends about the podcast. It's the best way to help us grow. Also, leave a review on the podcast app of your choice. That gets us into more ears, and we spread our vile garbage with the world.
We spread our COVID.
No.
Not really. We're going to be safe
You can
from
find
our
me.
homes.
You can find me on the internet at Dan O'Keefe86 on Twitter, at DLRAAR on Instagram, and on Roblox. I think I made an account.
Are you
at one
kidding me
point.
right now?
What is that even?
When I was like 12.
It's like a little
I
kid
think
thing, I think.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I made a Roblox account at some point. I don't remember what the username
should I
is.
plug
Probably
my-
DLRAAR.
Should I plug my Neopets account? Is that what we're doing today?
I'm trying to find a different account that I can plug at the end of every episode.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that's fun.
Anyway.
I don't have that many accounts.
Anna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at AutomusPrime818, or you can find me on Twitter at AutobotsRollOut, capital O for Auto, capital B for Bots, capital R for Roll, and the O in Roll and the O in Out are zeros. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to plug. I don't know. Donate some money to an animal charity. I love dogs. That's all I have to say.
Nice.
Skip the middleman. Give $1 to a Rottweiler.
No, I don't think he'd know what to do with that. I don't want him to get sick. Buy him a bone, not a rawhide. Are you listening, fans? Not a rawhide. Buy him like a good, like a flash freeze dried beef stick. He'll like that. Thanks.
That was my nickname in high school.
Freeze dried beef
Flash
stick.
freeze-dried beef stick.
Ew.
Oh.
That makes you sound all crispy. I gave a freeze-dried beef stick to Gage's brother's new dog, and I thought maybe it would take a little while for him to eat, because he's a puppy. He bit that thing in half. I thought he was going to choke. I was like, I'm about to have killed this puppy.
Yikes.
I had to take it out of his mouth. I was so scared.
So while Anna learns the joys of dog anthood, I guess.
Correct.
We will be back next week talking about Spider-Man Too Fast, Too Furious, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, have fun, wear a mask, don't lick each other's faces for now.
Oh, man.
And Happy New Year.
Just
right?
for now.
No, because, yeah, you're right. This comes out on New Year's Eve, Dan.
Oh, it comes out on my birthday!
Oh my god,
Alan,
it's
happy
Dan's special
birthday.
birthday episode. Oh my god, Dan, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
Happy birthday, dear Dan. Happy birthday to you. And
thank
many
you, yes.
more.
This episode comes out on my 86th birthday.
Oh, 86 years young.
So also, everybody, it's the final episode of 2020, so thank you to all of you who have been listening. Thank you to everybody who even hasn't listened. But it's fun to do this. We're glad you listened. We'd like to do more. So
Amen.
thank you, everyone. And let's hope 2021 is better.
Thank you, Dan, for putting that positivity into the air.
So, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, okay. I didn't want to do
Almost
it
as
anymore.
long as Willem Dafoe's penis.
Not quite.
There it is.
My family made me watch Christmas Vacation and Home Alone this year, and I was like, oh no.
I've never seen Christmas Vacation.
It's fine. I don't think it's that funny, but that's because I have no soul.